Major late winter storm blasting through the eastern third of the country with hurricane-force winds and blizzard conditions. Also affected by this storm has been a severe weather outbreak across the state of Florida. Unofficially, 12 fatalities in Florida. This is damage that we have seen from the West Palm Beach area, creating major problems with tornadoes and severe thunderstorms with damaging winds across the Sunshine State. Neighboring state of Georgia, it was a different story. It was snow, blizzard conditions, 50-plus mile-an-hour winds, many folks still without power, and it caused tremendous problems as far as traveling is concerned. And in fact, traveling is discouraged through the rest of tonight and early tomorrow because of snow-packed roads that continue in Georgia. Farther up to the north a little bit in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the problem continues to be snow and blowing snow. Most of the heavy snow is over with. 21 inches of snow lie on the ground right now, breaking the old record of a foot for a 24-hour period in Chattanooga. And looks like the snow will be tapering off, but drifts have been reported on up to about 5 to 6 feet. Meanwhile, as we head on up to Roanoke, Virginia, the story is one of shoveling the snow. Maybe a little premature there. Please be careful if you're out shoveling snow. The weight of that snow and all that exercise, those that are weak of heart could have some problems. The problem around Roanoke, as it has been in many locations, is the strong winds accompanying the heavy wet snow, creating some major problems with downed power lines, trees, and even power poles in some cases. Meanwhile, as we head on up the coast to New Jersey, the problem has been the strong winds. Another storm lashing out with beach erosion and coastal flooding, spreading the sea waters deep in interior sections. And again, the winds up to 71 miles an hour reported as far north as New York City. And as we check out New York City, they're reporting in the Big Apple some more snow. Another storm lashing out at New York City, packing some winds. Wind speed similar to that of the major storm they had in the middle of December. And also the snow continuing to paralyze the city. We're talking about a foot of snow with more on the way before it's all said and done. Look at this storm system in the developing stages, and we'd be talking about some very heavy snows that have already been dumped across Alabama all the way up in areas of New York State. We're talking well over a foot, and that's created some major problems across that area. Again, paralyzing much of the region from Atlanta all the way up into Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and even New York City. Boston area reported some snow thunderstorms with heavy snow accumulations during the course of the afternoon. Let's zero in on this storm and talk about the extreme low pressure. In fact, this storm has the characteristics of almost like a wintertime hurricane, very deep low pressure as well as some very strong winds. I mean, with the winds and the low pressure, how's some of these winds been panned out?
They certainly are as strong as a hurricane, at least some hurricanes. One difference from hurricanes is that the winds with this storm are across a huge area. Looking at some of the latest observations, winds gusting to 75 miles per hour, hurricane force off the coast of Maine. Key West, Florida, way on the other end of the coastline, gusting past 40 miles per hour. So I mean, it's just all over the place.
I even saw a report, Flat Top Mountain east of Asheville had a wind gust up to 101 miles an hour. So a major, major late winter storm continuing to blast through this area. Now, let's look at the satellite photograph. Tell me what we got going here and what can we expect as we go through the night.
Okay, well, speaking of the winds, there are 3 different zones of very strong winds right now. One is the northeast winds along the coast of New England, winds, as we mentioned.